Hey everyone, welcome back to Listaroonie. We all love watching movies. Today, we will talk about the top 5 worst movie sequels that failed their prime purpose, entertainment. Let's start with the 5th worst movie sequel, and then we'll move on to the rest of them. And real quick before we do, be sure to hit the bell icon and subscribe to this channel so you can be notified of our newly posted videos in the future. Number 5. Problem Child 2, 1991. We're concerned that any good-natured kid will become like the kid in the movie after watching it. This movie could encourage your kids to engage in mischievous activities. The movie's plot focuses on how kids could ruin others' lives. Unlike Problem Child 1, the main character is not alone and has a companion waiting for him to join her. The film talks about farts and vomit, which is gruesome to watch.
I'm imagining you. You're a figment of my imagination.
Well, if I was a figment of your imagination, could I do this?
Oh! Whoa!
Let's hope those of us with kids can take our kids to see movies that'll teach them some values. Problem Child 2 is a movie that is a problem in itself. The film did not receive the amount of box office revenue as Problem Child 1. The film is a family movie, but is nowhere close to a suitable film for families to watch. The reviews of the film are mostly negative. Number 4. Super Babies, Baby Geniuses 2, 2004. It would be fair to say that the movie makers didn't exactly know what they wanted to portray. The movie shows babies in a daycare center. The babies at the center also happen to be geniuses. Politics is discussed in the film, which is hard for kids to understand. Kids find it hard to understand how two babies are talking to each other like adults, and they're likely to feel confused at the end of the movie. If the kids watching the film in the movie theater were actual geniuses, the movie could have been successful. Adults won't be able to relate to the film due to its unnatural representation of how babies act. The film talks about how babies saved the world in a war-struck Germany. The unrealistic film did not do well in terms of revenue. Skip this movie if you can. It will save you from answering the mountains of questions that your child will throw at you regarding the film. Number 3. Troll 2, 1990. Troll 2 is a horror movie, but it turns out to be a comedy instead. Troll 2 is a senseless movie that most viewers regret watching. The acting in the film seems forced. It's almost as if the characters in the film didn't want to be a part of it. The screams and the dialogue of the characters are not even remotely scary. The plot of the film does not have a proper flow. The whole film is a competition between the actions of the kids and the evil trolls. It's a surprise that the film made millions despite being a movie that had poor ratings. What's funnier, the evil trolls' desperate attempts to wear costumes that scare kids, or the kids' exaggerated screams? Let's leave this one for the viewers to decide. Meanwhile, let's watch some movies that scare us instead of make us laugh out loud. Number 2. Return to the Blue Lagoon, 1991. It's a surprise that people stranded on an island will accept their fate. The teenagers in the movie fall in love on an island where nobody else is present. While an ordinary human's reaction is to seek help and move off the island, the kids rebel against the outsiders. The movie aims at teenagers, but is not suitable for a teenage audience. The movie introduces teenagers to the world of porn before they're adults. The film has no definite plot apart from two kids exploring their sexuality. The acting of the characters isn't natural, which makes the movie dull.
How do you catch fish with that spear?
It's not a spear, mate.
What is it?
It's a rifle. Blow a man's head right off his shoulders.
The film did not do well when it came to the box office revenue. Do not return to the Blue Lagoon. Trust me, you'll be better off staying at home and watching Netflix. And number 1, The Human Centipede 3, Final Sequence, 2015. Before I disclose the worst movie sequel of all time, I want you to imagine eating popcorn in a movie theater, while people in a movie are eating feces and testicles. The feeling of disgust that movie viewers have discussed is why The Human Centipede 3 lives up to its title. This gross movie is the number 1 worst movie sequel of all time. The film talks about torturing prisoners, but the torture extends to the movie's viewers, unless you actually like trying to decipher a sadist's thoughts. Skip the movie for your mental peace. Trust me, you don't want to hear the obscene jokes or watch a film as offensive as The Centipede 3. The Human Centipede 1 and The Human Centipede 2 were actually entertaining, but The Human Centipede 3 is just the grossest movie out there. Skip the film and watch a film that you'll enjoy. Have you watched any of these movies? Are there any sequels you think are worse? Let us know in the comment section down below.